chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Now, chemical properties in the same way as physical properties we have discussed that will help in differentiating between metals and non-metals. So, chemical properties are also helpful in differentiating between metals and non-metals. The first property which we will consider is how a particular element reacts with oxygen. Reaction of elements with oxygen will also play an important role in deciding that whether a particular element is metal or non-metal. Now, if there is an element, here I am just separately telling you how metals react. Let M is for a metal. So how metal will react, that I'll let you know. Metal reacts with oxygen. Oxygen is always present in atmosphere and it will lead to formation of an oxide which is called as metallic oxide. Now this is the metal, oxygen, and it will form a metallic oxide. Now metallic oxide will be formed by all the metals. Each metal, whether it is iron, your zinc, or your magnesium, your sodium, all will react with the oxygen present in atmosphere and will form a metallic oxide. The nature of this metallic oxide formed is basic. All the metals will form basic oxides. And how you will check that whether the metals are forming basic oxides or acidic oxide, that also I will let you know that how you can do it. Let me explain you with the help of few examples that how metals react with oxygen. Like first I am taking magnesium. Magnesium is a metal. It reacts with oxygen and will lead to the formation of magnesium oxide. This is magnesium oxide. This you have to keep in mind. Then another is I am taking sodium. Sodium, it reacts with oxygen and will lead to formation of sodium oxide. This is sodium oxide. Another example, iron. F is the symbol for iron. It reacts with oxygen and will lead to the formation of, this is called as iron oxide, as well as we can also call it as ferric oxide. All these oxides, magnesium oxide, sodium oxide or ferric oxide, all these oxides are basic in nature, and what we can do to find out the nature is we will take these oxides like magnesium oxide, your sodium oxide, iron oxide, all these we will take one by one and will, like first I am taking magnesium oxide. Now magnesium oxide will be added in water and it will lead to the formation of magnesium hydroxide. If you take litmus paper and you are taking, like if you are taking a red litmus paper, if red litmus paper will turn blue, it means this is basic in nature, and this will happen in this case that red litmus paper will turn blue and blue litmus paper will show no change. It will remain as such. So thus indicating that magnesium hydroxide is basic in nature. It means the oxide which is formed by reacting magnesium with oxygen is basic oxide. Another example I will take is like iron oxide or ferric oxide is there. Here also mix this in water and it will lead to the formation of this is again basic in nature by testing with the help of litmus paper. Any other you can take, Like sodium, I told, sodium is reacting with oxygen and will lead to the formation of sodium oxide. But this is highly reactive. As soon as oxygen will come in contact with sodium, it will react very vigorously, very fast, and will lead to formation of more energy. More heat will be produced, thus leading to sudden catching of fire. And if you will try to put this in water, then further the reaction will be enhanced. Then I will just explain you with another reaction. Copper is also a metal. Copper, you have noticed, with the passage of time will acquire a green color coating on it. Green coating will be formed with the passage of time if you notice any copper vessel. So this green coating is basically due to the formation of a substance which will be formed because of the reaction between copper, water, carbon dioxide in atmosphere and oxygen in atmosphere. It will lead to the formation of copper hydroxide and copper carbonate. So actually this substance, these two substances formed accumulate as green color coating, which will be formed on the vessels when they are exposed in air for long time. So because of the reaction with oxygen, most of the metals, you will notice, they react with oxygen and will lead to formation of oxides, and oxides are basic in nature, and that basic nature of the oxides can be detected by using the litmus paper. If you are taking red litmus paper, obviously it will turn blue, and if you are using a blue litmus paper, it will show no change. So this is about reaction of metals with oxygen. Then we have reactions of non-metals with oxygen. How do non-metals react with oxygen? That I'll show you with the help of an example. Like this is NM, I'm writing for a non-metal. Again it will react with oxygen and will form one oxide which will be called as non-metallic oxide. Like metallic oxides are basic in nature, non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Acidic in nature, how we can detect? By using the litmus paper. And what you will do is, you will take any non-metallic oxide and put some water. It will lead to formation of acidic solution. Acidic substance will be formed. For example, can be clearly understood with the help of an example. Sulfur you take. Sulfur is a non-metal, I told you before. Take sulfur in a deflagrating spoon in a glass jar and burn it. Burning happens in the presence of oxygen. It will lead to formation of sulfur dioxide. Now this gas will be filled in that gas jar, and after the whole burning takes place, what you have to do is you have to add some water in the gas jar and shake it well. The gas which is present inside the jar will mix with the water, and that solution will later be tested. Now when this will react with water which I have just added, it will lead to formation of substance which is called as sulfurous acid. And by using the litmus paper, if you are taking blue litmus paper, it will turn red. If you are taking red litmus paper, it will show no change. So again, with the help of litmus paper, we can just check the nature of a particular oxide formed by reaction of a non-metal with oxygen. This is for sulfur. Another Carbon, again a non-metal, reacts with oxygen, will lead to formation of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide will be mixed in water and it will lead to formation of, this is carbonic acid. Again can be checked by using the litmus paper strips. So when non-metals react with oxygen, they will lead to the formation of non-metallic oxides which are acidic in nature, and that acid nature can be easily checked by using suitable litmus paper strips. So litmus paper strips are the best way just to check the nature of the oxides formed after reacting with oxygen. Another also you can take example of nitrogen with oxygen will lead to the formation of, now this nitrogen oxide will react with water and will lead to the formation of nitric acid. You can easily detect with one more thing that when these acids are formed, there will be formation of H. You can see there are hydrogen ions formed in this case, whereas when you are forming any metal like magnesium hydroxide, you will see, then there will be formation of OH ion. This will be formed. So this will be in the most of the cases. Now hope it is clear to you how reaction takes place in case of metals and non-metals with oxygen. How actually these metals and non-metals react with oxygen. They form different oxides. So when you are writing the difference between the metals and non-metals on the basis of how they react with oxygen, then you will obviously write that metal oxide, these metals will form oxides which are basic in nature, and non-metals will form oxides which are acidic in nature, and that nature can be easily detected with the help of litmus paper, as I told you before. So hope now this is clear to you that how metals and non-metals react with oxygen.